Think about the one person who knows you best. Maybe it's your best friend, your parents, or your partner. Now, imagine telling them your biggest, most ambitious dream and watching them laugh. Not a mean laugh, but that be realistic kind of chuckle. That silence that follows is the loudest sound in the world. It's the sound of nobody believing in you. Most people stop right there. They fold. They go back to the 9 to 5, the debt, and the quiet desperation. But what if that disbelief was actually the fuel you needed to change your entire family tree? I'm not just going to give you a pep talk. I'm going to show you exactly how people in the US are breaking the cycle of being broke, even when the world is betting against them. Let's talk about why you feel stuck. It's not just the economy, and it's not just bad luck. It's the poverty trap. Think about a guy named Marcus. He's 24, living in a small apartment in Ohio, working at a local warehouse. Marcus wants to be rich, but every month, it's the same story. He gets his paycheck, and before he can even think about investing, the bills hit. Rent, the car payment for a sedan he probably shouldn't have bought, the phone bill, and that Friday night out because he deserves a break. By the 20th of the month, Marcus is checking his banking app every time he buys a coffee, praying it doesn't decline. Most people stay poor because they are trapped in a cycle of trading time for survival, not for assets. In the US, we are conditioned to look rich rather than actually being rich. We buy the latest iPhone on a payment plan while our savings account has less than $500. Poor people often use money to escape their lives. They buy things to feel better about a job they hate. Rich people, or people who are becoming rich, use money as a tool to buy their freedom. If Marcus keeps buying things to impress people who don't even like him, he'll be at that warehouse until he's 65. The first step to making people believe in you is to stop caring whether they do or not. So, how do the wealthy actually think? Let's look at Sarah. Sarah is a college student in Texas. She's watching her friends use their refund checks on spring break trips and new clothes. Sarah does something different. She takes $3,000 she saved from a summer job and she doesn't touch it. Her friends call her boring. They tell her she's missing out on the best years of her life. But Sarah is looking at a concept called the velocity of money. She knows that $1 today is worth more than $1 tomorrow if it is put to work. Rich people view money as employees. Every dollar is a tiny worker. If you spend that dollar on a pizza, that worker is dead. He's gone. But if you put that dollar into an index fund, a small business, or even a high-yield savings account, that worker starts having babies. Those babies start working for you, too. This is why the rich get richer. It's not a secret society. It's math. They live below their means for a few years so they can live however they want for the rest of their lives. While everyone was laughing at Sarah for driving an old beat-up truck and eating meal prep rice and beans, she was building a foundation that would eventually pay for her house in cash while her friends were still struggling with student loans. But let's get practical. You re-watching this because you want to know how to make your money work for you right now. You don't need $1 million to start. You need a shift in strategy. In America, we have access to the greatest wealth building tools in history, but we use them to buy junk. If you have a job, you have a seed. The first thing you do is build a freedom fund. This isn't an emergency fund. It is the money that allows you to say no to a toxic boss or yes to a business opportunity. I want you to imagine a small business owner named David in Atlanta. David started a pressure washing business on the weekends. His neighbors laughed at him. They saw him getting dirty, sweating in the Georgia heat, while they were watching football. David took every cent from that business and didn't buy a new TV. He bought a second pressure washer and hired a local kid to run it. Then he bought a third. Within 2 years, David's side hustle was making more than his office job. He didn't need a bank to believe in him. He didn't need his friends to cheer him on. He just needed to understand that wealth is built in the shadows, away from the applause. There is a side to this journey that no one tells you about. It's the loneliness. When you decide to change your life, you are going to lose people. You'll stop getting invited to the bars. People will call you different or say you've changed. And they're right. You have changed. You've decided that the pain of staying the same is worse than the pain of growth. I remember a woman named Elena. She was a single mom working 2 jobs. She wanted to start an online store, but she only had 30 minutes a day after her kids went to bed. Her own sister told her she was wasting her time. People like us don't get ahead, she said. Elena cried that night, but she kept going. She worked in the dark, in the quiet, when no one was watching. 6 months later, she made her first $100 online. A year later, she quit her second job. That is the emotional life lesson here. Your dream doesn't need anyone else's permission to be real. The only person who needs to believe in the vision is the person in the mirror. As we wrap this up, I want you to look at your life. Are you spending your life building someone else's dream, or are you building your own? Nobody believed in the greatest success stories of our time until the checks started clearing. If you're waiting for a sign, this is it. Stop buying things you don't need. Start investing in your mind and your assets. Treat every dollar like a soldier in your army. You have the power to change your family's future starting today. Not tomorrow. Not next Monday. Today. Go out there and prove them wrong, not by arguing with them, but by outworking them. Show them the results, and let the results be your noise. If this message hit home for you, do me a favor. Hit that like button so this video can reach someone else who feels like nobody believes in them. Leave a comment below with the word committed if you're ready to change your life this year. And subscribe to the channel to join this community of people who are building a better future. I'll see you in the next one.